As women, we are strong.
One of you is about to become Miss Universe. Miss Trinidad Tobago is Miss Universe.
We are resilient.
They are more accepting today, the African in us, than they used to.
We are nurturing.
We are going to call you Calypso Rose, which means rose is the mother of all flowers.
We each have a story that can inspire and motivate others.
I thank God for every blessing He has given me, especially this one.
Every week at the Xanadu Tropical Resort, we chat with some of the most beautiful women who are making an extraordinary contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. They share their journey unscripted and real. This is The Pink Ego.
Well, good afternoon, Taromi Joseph.
Hey, Stacy, how's it going?
I'm good.
Good.
Superstar. Well, you know, we're here at the Xanadu Tropical Resort. I have a little construction going on in the background,
Yes.
but you know, we
We'll
gotta
work with it.
We gotta make it work,
Yes.
right? But
Yes.
I'm so excited
Yes.
to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we met each other,
much.
almost like a week ago. And I feel like I know you for years.
I know, hello.
Good. But I mean, you know, when I met you, you know, there were a lot of things that, you know, you revealed.
Yes.
I'm so excited about
Yes.
because, I mean, obviously, I'm definitely one to support women in their ventures
Yes,
and stuff like
yes.
that. So I'm excited to talk about that. But before we get to that,
Yeah.
y'all will know what we're going to talk about just now. I want to find out a little bit about Taromi as a child. Because you have such a big personality. I wonder, I was like, I wonder what she was like as a child.
A lot of mischief. What do I remember? Very active. I think I fell in love initially with the idea of performing
Right.
because of Solid Gold. Do you remember that program?
Yes, yeah.
With Marilyn McCoo and Dionne Warwick.
Warwick, yes.
And I always saw myself as a Solid Gold dancer. So, you know, I'll be on top and flipping on the chair and the couch and, you know, just making a mess.
Right.
Throwing cushions all over. And that's my earliest memories of identifying as a performer
Right.
or wanting to. And then things just kind of grew from there. I begged my mother to enroll me in a dance class.
Right.
And when we had our little Easter shows, Christmas shows, there would be the dancing, obviously, a little bit of acting, you know, singing. So from early on, I think I knew
Yeah.
that this was maybe a direction
You wanted
I
to
would
go.
like to go in.
Yes.
So that, I mean, so it goes back in the 80s. So that's I was probably around 5 or 6.
6, okay. And then did that...
I just give away my age. Or?
No, I don't think so. Well, let's see.
Maybe a little a range.
They have
Give
to
you
like
a
it.
range. Yes.
But did that, you know, translated into even your teens? 'Cause I know sometimes as a teenager we tend to get distracted with so many other things.
What did I do during? Actually, I was more involved. Maybe a mix.
Yeah.
Sports started to kick in.
Okay.
So like in school, St. Francois, SFGC. I was on the netball team.
Okay.
I signed up with other girls to do the junior robathon.
Oh, right.
So, you know, coupled with a little bit of performing, I had my first hosting gig during secondary school. What was the name of it? I remember. No, not the scene. Oh, I can't remember, but that was my first taste of hosting.
Right.
And it was a TV show where they go around to different clubs, interview the artists.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. I don't.
We Be Clubbin'.
Okay.
We Be Clubbin'.
All right.
That was the name of it. And the
How
main
old,
host,
how old were you then?
I was around Form 3, Form 4.
Okay, yeah.
Getting into the clubs. So that was fun. I think I probably just did one season as a co-host.
Co-host.
I can't remember, did it? I can't remember what station it aired on, but I think TV said.
Yeah.
Because they were linked to 96.1 at the time, something like that.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, I've always been around
Right.
it somehow. Yeah,
Right.
and involved, yeah.
So when did it become something like, okay, I want to do this. This is what I want to do.
At Trinidad Theatre Workshop,
Right.
I would always give them props and thanks because that's how I started seriously in acting at TTW through their theatre and education program.
Right.
So we did the theatre and education program. You choose, the TTW chose different books for the cast to bring to life.
Okay.
Those books are the books that Form 5 and Form 6 students were studying for their exams. Right? So we did Romeo and Juliet and Green Days by the River.
Okay.
So for Romeo and Juliet, I was Juliet.
Right.
And for Green Days, I was Rosa.
So you always got the
Yeah.
lead role.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's funny because there was a time where I did not get the lead and I had to stand back.
Right.
I was like, wait, but no.
Yeah, I'm
and then I had to,
not
and then I'm not, this is not the life
not
we
me.
live. We lead. But then I had to step back and be like, okay, Taromi, maybe this is something else.
Right.
You know, and you could swallow this pill.
Right.
There are other people doing this, not just you.
Right.
So take a chill pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But I think I have a lot to offer. Not I think. I have a lot to offer as a lead, and I think my work has showed,
Yes.
has proven that. So yeah.
Yeah. I think you know what I always I've since when I met you last week as well, and just by even talking to you since then,
Yeah.
you know, there's a sense of like this warmth and vibrancy and energy and stuff like that.
Yeah. And what a other way to be, because
Yeah.
sometimes you come across people and they're like living dead. Oh God, I have so many stories. It's like, is there somebody in there? Knock,
Yeah,
knock.
yeah. They just exist
people
and
people
not
just
live.
exist. They
Yeah.
just roam. And you have to treat people how you want to be treated. You never know what someone else is going through. So I always try to make people feel as comfortable
Right.
as possible.
Yeah.
You know, whether meet them for the first time or
You know
whatever.
that. Yeah, and that's good. You know, I've always, I mean, being in the theater arts as well, I understand the challenges and the struggles. So, you know, what have been yours? I mean, in terms of just whether it be as a woman you think is a female thing, or just in general, what have been some of your challenges?
Challenges. Challenges. I could talk about the challenges I've experienced as a first-time film director.
Right.
Before, I just had to show up on set.
Right.
I didn't have to worry, just show up,
Right.
know your lines. But as a director, everything is on you.
Yes.
So you have to make sure everything is there, people are there. Something goes wrong, people are calling you. So I think that's probably a challenge in general, not just as a female.
Right.
I've never really seen being a female as an obstacle.
Right.
And anyone who treats it as such, I put them in their place very quickly. Like, listen,
Yeah.
hold
True.
up.
Yes.
My
It's true.
vajayjay is not an issue. Let's get over it and move on.
Yeah.
Okay?
And you're
Yeah.
right, because I
Yeah.
think that a lot of times, you know, other people would put that on us, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a woman. But it's like I always say that my female, I'm a female, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have anything to do with my talent or my ability to do something at all.
Correct.
Yeah,
We
so you're
both
right.
have the intelligence. We both have creative means.
Yeah.
This is business. Let's do
Yes,
it.
unfortunately, we don't live in a society that thinks that way sometimes, and
no.
so we do have
So
to
that's
still
why I have to
kind
put
of
people in place.
demand,
Bring it home.
exactly,
Yes.
demand that
Yes.
respect.
Keep it
yeah.
real.
Yeah, keep it 100.
One more time, yeah.
Yeah. I remember you saying that you studied in LA, in Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah,
California.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that experience. A little
Yes.
bit.
So this was a few years back. So I was part of the group that represented Trinidad at the World Championship of Performing Arts. I'm not even sure they still have it.
Right.
But a group of us went up. It's a series of workshops. You also have to do, like, say, if you're a singer, you could sing. If you're an actor, you do a piece. And I wrote an original piece. It was called, oh my God, it was called Left at the Altar.
Ooh, okay.
It's the monologue. My get-up, my attire, it was a red wedding dress.
Okay, so you dressed.
And I vaguely remember it was about, yes, I'm a woman, but I don't have to be domestic and all that. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And that monologue got me an audition with the School for Film and Television in New York.
Okay.
And being offered a scholarship to attend their summer program. I also entered the petite modeling. So you could tell I was some years ago if I was in petite modeling. And I won my age group for that. And it was against, these Russians who like this big.
Okay.
And who have long legs and who are like all,
Yeah.
model-esque. And then me with my Trini self, just like, oh yeah, watch it. And I win. Hello. So the experience was good. The experience was good. I got to see how things really operate. I got callbacks from MTV. At a time, they had a reality show. I think it was called Next.
Okay, I remember that.
Yes,
Yeah, vaguely,
yes.
but yeah.
But because of not, being a U.S. citizen, things had to be worked out, but they weren't worked out in time.
Right.
And I didn't want to, invade and get deported.
Right.
So I'm like, y'all, we'll work it out,
Yeah.
and if it's meant to be,
It will happen.
It would happen.
Right.
All right.
So how did you feel about those things though? Like
Yeah.
being, and then having to kind of say, okay, I can't do this. How in those moments when you realize, okay, it can't happen. Like,
Wow. There were some low moments, because after the whole thing ended, I wanted to stay back to kind of experience the West Coast a bit more. I realized funds were low,
Right.
and I ended up at a homeless shelter.
Wow.
That was all I had money for.
Okay.
So that was an eye-opening. And this is like South Central LA. This is not nice LA as we imagine it to be.
Imagine it to be. Yeah.
So this is walking on the streets. You see crack whores. You see needles.
Yeah.
People on their
How
tents.
old were you at this time?
I was early 20s.
Oh wow.
I was early
Okay.
20s. And I'm just taking this all in.
Yeah.
Taking it all in. I took a picture of the room I stayed in, which is not very. The pool is bigger than the room.
Okay.
The room is probably a quarter the size of the pool, actually, if you all could see it.
Well, yeah.
And I still have a picture of it. I remember hearing the helicopters every night. That's the police, that's LAPD.
Yeah, looking for somebody.
Looking for
or just
somebody,
quick-
or just making
surveilling.
sure the
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
And just seeing a different life. The people in the shelter, talking to them, realize this could happen to anybody at any time. Because they led happy lives like all of us.
Yeah.
But then one thing happened and
Yeah.
it took a turn
can
for the
spread,
worst.
Yeah.
Different age ranges.
Wow.
So that was an eye-opener.
So you've had the best of kind of like both worlds in a way.
I did, yes.
So I'm guessing it created some sort of balance for you.
Yes.
And some sort of balanced thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
How did it affect now in terms of when you were able to move past that? How did it affect your approach now at that point?
Very mellow.
Yeah.
Very mellow.
Yeah.
We all live for this hype, but the hype is love
Yeah.
and patience and acceptance.
Yeah.
It's not about the bling bling. It's not about look at me.
Yeah.
It's more like what can we do to help
Yeah.
each other.
Exactly.
So I'm a very people say I'm very laid back. Yeah.
Yeah, after that
Because-
experience,
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna have to
This
kind
shit
of
is
dial back.
serious. Yeah.
But
so.
Trinidad has so much talent, and one of the things I'm always kind of grieved by, I think sometimes, is that we don't have the platforms to really house that talent. I mean, we're now seeing,
Yeah.
which is so awesome.
Yes.
But there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, everything in due process. People are figuring out how to get their stuff out of Trinidad, how to make it work in Trinidad.
Right.
I myself have been exploring how to get my stuff out of Trinidad, and things are happening. So slowly but surely, you know, I will be on the red carpets in LA or Cannes or somewhere.
And you'll see the other side of it.
Yes, but I'll still keep it real.
Real, of course. You gotta always do that. Keep it real.
Yeah, so people pushing, they're figuring out the avenues.
Yeah.
And why not? Because Trinidad still light years away.
Right.
From where we should
be
in that sector.
Yeah, and it's not for lack of talent.
No,
yeah, not for lack of talent at all.
No.
Yeah. And that brings me to now, you know, with this film, Talent Inc.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit, how did that come about?
Talent Inc. I always had the idea for Talent Inc. Again, being in the, you know, the circles. You know, I model costumes, I was a promo model, you know, the theater, the film, the stuff.
Right.
And Talent Inc. really came from all these characters I've witnessed over the years in what I've dubbed Trinnywood. Like Hollywood, like Bollywood. We have Trinnywood. And the characters that you encounter daily just make you go, And I'm like, okay, I think I need to put it on paper.
Right.
Somehow.
So you wrote,
and really,
you wrote it as well. Okay.
Yes. Talent Inc. It was really a class project. So I did a camera course, TV and camera production course with YTAP. It's a free course, and I encourage people, look out for these free courses, take advantage, because it helps with your skill set. So out of the class had to write short scripts, right? And only 2 were chosen to produce, and Talent Inc. was one of them.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, great, let's do this. So, you know, it was a short. I think I wrote Talent Inc. Well, you know how we like students like to rush strong assignments.
Yes.
I think I finished it the night before the deadline, but I wrote it like I reached home early from work one day, and I stayed up till whatever time of the night to finish it to submit it the next day.
Yeah.
So it was written in one afternoon, one evening.
Wow. Okay.
So Talent Inc. tells the story of life in Trinidad, and it follows the main character, Miss O. Miss O.
And you're in it as well.
Yes,
so
I play
Miss O.
I play Miss O. Initially, it did not start off that way because I really wanted to step back and be a director and just worry about that.
That might be tough, having to direct and be in front of camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
My original Miss O was Stacy Clark. Shout out to Stacy.
Okay.
But something came up with Stacy, serious medical issue, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, you were meant to play that.
I guess, yeah. But it was fun. It's an eye opener. Because different parts of your brain working.
Yes.
You have to be on top of it.
And still manage a crew and everything.
Manage crew, make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times too where I'm with my cinematographer, Errol Fabian, who also stepped in last minute.
Okay, wow.
Because my original cinematographer, some nonsense came up, but all of that's in Trinidad.
Yes.
So I called Errol last minute. He's like, yeah, let me do it. I'm like, all right.
He's always willing. I love that.
Very willing, and
my
such
gosh.
a good teacher.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll be with him looking at everything through the lens, the frame, everything. Yelling action, not realizing I'm supposed to be. So, you just have to juggle it properly.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Thank God it was a short.
Yeah.
Because anything longer, you know,
Yeah. But it was a good learning experience, I think, yeah. Who else is in this with you?
Talent Inc. Okay, I have.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let me go through it. Okay, so Crystal Piper did the makeup. Errol Fabian, Trinidad Mogalista, Aminiki. Prue Alhufra Wilson and France Favec, they were also in the class.
Okay.
Right? Whitetap, Andy Smart was the teacher. Stephen Lipau and Stacy Mitchell, which provided voices.
Okay.
Stacey Clark, the original Miss O. Tyra Prasad, she plays young Miss O.
Okay, so it's like a flashback something.
Yeah,
Okay,
she has
I'm not
the
gonna
flashbacks.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah. Oh, I got it.
Right? Lila, who's her mom, who
Right.
agreed to have her, right?
Yes.
Chasu, Richard Chasu Productions, Derek Winford of Massey Stores. We shot at Massey Stores head office.
Okay.
SW Limited, that's Sherwin Winchester. He lent us his big ride, his Range Rover. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. George Gonzalez Entertainment, Rebecca Elias, who plays one of the characters. Ethan Rooks, Will's World Productions. He did the poster
Yeah.
and the teaser
Okay.
for me. And I'm also working with Will on the other film.
Film. Okay. Which, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
That's
and I
it.
think so. You know, sometimes you watch these movies and you don't think how many people are involved. It's like a whole,
You think it just
like a whole
happens.
community.
Yeah, but no, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
It's a lot. Because some films take like 10 years to make.
To do, yeah, you're right.
People don't
yeah.
realize
like
that.
how long it is. So this film, it started off as a class project,
Yeah.
and now it's
Yes.
one of the films that are going to be featured at the Trinidad and
Trinidad
Tobago Film Festival.
Correct.
So take me through that. Like,
Yes.
what-
So Films Festival begins next week,
Yes.
September 19th.
right.
And Talent Inc. shows on Republic Day, which is September 24th at 11 a.m. at Movie Town.
Yeah.
Talent Inc. is also up for a People's Choice Award, so I'm
Right.
very excited about that.
Yeah.
So how could Talent and Inc. win?
Yeah.
So after you see the movie, well, it's grouped with other shorts.
Right.
So you write Talent Inc. at the back of your ticket stub,
Yeah.
right, and submit it.
Okay, so it's like a vote.
Into- yes.
So to do like count.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, so after this, after Talent Inc., I mean, first of all, where would you want to take this little short besides just, do you have any plans?
I am feeling series potential
Okay.
for Talent Inc.
Okay. Based on what I saw, 'cause I think
yeah.
I did see the trailer.
Okay, yes.
I did see the trailer, and I do think it might be a very nice, it'd be a very funny series.
Yeah, because there's so many characters
And you
to
can
touch
add
on.
so
Of
much
course,
to it. Yeah,
of course. So that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure.
Right.
I'll see how things are going.
What's next?
Right.
Taromi?
So also in pre-production, I'm working on a film that deals with postpartum depression.
Yes.
And so many people are not aware
Yeah.
of it. Because I remember I mentioned postpartum to someone,
Right.
and he thought he mixed it up with postmortem. And I only realized later down in the conversation
That's what he-
that's what he thought it was. So I'm like,
Right.
people are really not aware of the term, what it is.
Yes.
So postpartum depression, and there's a range.
Yes,
There's a
and you know what's funny? I
full-
remember saying that women sometimes are in that state and don't even know.
Don't know
that they're in that state.
Correct.
Yeah.
And people tell them, oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, just take
It's
some
the
vitamins
usual." Yeah.
and you're good.
Yeah. Even speaking with one of the women when doing research and stuff, she said the doctor told her, Trinis don't go through that. What you talking about? Trinis.
Why don't we? I mean,
Yeah.
what makes us different?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, God is a Trini. So maybe I don't know if that was the part of his reasoning.
okay.
Right? Are we, we good?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're getting that from a professional who should be able to help you, then just imagine the average Joe.
Yeah.
The clueless.
Yeah.
So the working title is Hush.
Yes.
And I'm hoping to get more monies for funding to make
Start
this
project.
a reality, which could be used as a learning tool just
Yes.
to raise awareness, not only in Trinidad, but I think the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Even outside of the region, people are still trying to get a grasp of it. Because Trinidad has had its share of incidences, a couple last year that really stand out to me. But when you look at the cases away, like say England, the States,
Yeah, it gets to the point where a mother could
and those are the
take the
really
lives of her children.
extreme cases. In the States, you had a mother, the boyfriend found little bodies in boxes in the garage.
I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it driving
so-
force to, besides just not, I mean, you feel like people are not aware of it? Like, is there any kind of personal connection?
I don't know if it was the two incidences that stood out for me in 2016. It was one with the young mother. She jumped through the window, I think it was in Tobago. And she had the newborn.
Right, yes, I can
As well as I think probably a 4-year-old. And she jumped through the window. And she had other things going on, which I understand. Then there was a case down Point. Was it down Point or La Brea? Where they found the baby, the corpse, fully dressed like a baby on a bed.
Yeah.
We don't know how long the corpse was there. But everybody's like, oh, postpartum. Because we all become these experts on Facebook. And I'm reading the comments. And maybe this was the storyteller side of me. And I'm like, this story needs to be told.
Yeah.
And again, I think I wrote the short or the draft over a weekend.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It just flowed.
Yeah.
Like what could I say? What could I put?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it was just that side.
Okay.
That this needs to get out.
Well, I definitely, wish you the best with that, because I do think it's a story that needs to be told.
Yes.
So I really, really hope that you're able to tell that story.
Yeah.
I always ask everyone this question, your legacy, because I believe in legacy. What would you like your legacy to be?
Just to be remembered for being a good person, for producing good work, for being a good actress, being a good director, some Academy Awards in there somewhere.
Just to slide it in
there.
Yeah.
And once all of that is attained, I would really like to come back to Trinidad and see if we could put the sector where it should be.
Yes, awesome. And I again wish you all the best in everything, and I'm so excited about your film.
Thank you.
September 24th at Movie Town.
Port of Spain,
yes, 11 a.m.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Talenting.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you so much again for
Thank
being.
you, Stacy.
Yes.
For having me. Yes.
All right.